Hey there, folks. We've got something good to talk about today. I want to talk to you about decoding the marketing role, setting realistic expectations when you're looking to bring a marketing pro onto your team. It's so important to know what you're looking for and to know if what you're looking for actually makes sense. So let's dive into this enigmatic world of marketers and see if I can be of any help for you sussing out what it is you actually really need. So if you've ever found yourself just scratching your head and just wondering, what exactly is it that marketers do? And you're feeling a little uneasy about whether or not your job description is asking for the right thing, describing the right thing. You're uneasy on whether you really even know how to interview for the role. So let's peel back the layers a bit and demystify what the marketers' roles are, because there's so many of them. So there is a huge misconception on what marketing and what those roles are all about. So I think that the initial misconception is around this idea that there's a one-size-fits-all or a catch-all for marketing, and that's just not the thing. In reality, marketing really it's a diverse field. It's multifaceted. There's various specialties and expertises, and I think that is the part where clarification can be super helpful. So I'm going to try this for you. So let's talk about some of the different areas of marketing, and so that you understand it really is not a one-size-fits-all. So there's strategic planning, which is my thing. And so some marketers specialize in like really high level marketing strategies, and they're the architects of the whole thing. It's about setting goals, identifying your target markets, what your audiences really look like, that deep clean out the closet kind of work, where you don't want to think you know it all, right? Where are the blind spots? Outlining the approach that you should take. That is what strategic planning is all about. There's also content creation, which is a really popular buzz these days and a really important role, because your content creation is not just video, capturing video, or not just copywriting. You really want to be able to identify what is it that you're talking about, who is it that you're talking to, and make sure that the topics of conversation, the topics of content creation, video capture, are making sense for what you're promoting and the audience you're talking to and the world, the industry that you're in. So creating compelling content can be done when you've done that back work and you're sure on exactly what it is that you should be saying and who you're speaking to. Whether it's blog posts or social media updates or developing a podcast. I think the biggest skill set that you want to identify in having someone handle your content creation is their ability to storytell. That's really huge. If you have a room in your budget to have someone who's a great storyteller, and then go find the person who can do the video, who's really great at capturing video and editing with imagery, or really great at conducting podcast production. That's another route that you can go. It just depends on what your capacity is. But content creation is a completely different ball game than someone who's going to be doing your strategic planning. Analytics and data, super, super important to have someone who is handling your reports, like how are things going? How is my marketing actually working? Make sure that the person that you're taking on to help you with that is data-driven, detail-oriented, and they love working with numbers, and they love the research. That's, I think, one of the most important things that you're going to be looking for with someone who is handling your analytics and data. Of course, they also need to know what to use. If it's social media, they need to know how to use your Meta suite, how to use Google Analytics. They need to understand what the strategy was behind the campaign, so that they understand what metrics they're tracking, what's going to be most valuable for you. So, that's really important, because it's going to having someone who knows what they're doing there is what's going to be able to help you to analyze that data and put it to good work. What are you tweaking? What are you missing? What are you doing fantastically? SEO, SEM, search engine optimization, and search engine marketers are a whole other set of skill sets and expertise as well. And these are the people who are they're going to make sure that your brand is ranking where it should be ranking by identifying where there should be tags, where keywords should fit in your website, in your social media posts. Like, what are the keywords that should be used to capture your audience? What's going to make you searchable based on, how you're tagging your blogs, how you're writing your blogs, how your website is set up, how your ads are created. So it's about being able to drive traffic. That's what your SEO, SEMs are going to be focused on. Driving traffic, implementing the things that are going to make you magnetic in the digital space based on actual technical infrastructure. So that's a whole other world, right? And then we've got your social media management. And these are the marketers who are going to be focused on your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, or X, or wherever we're at with that now. And even your YouTube, or, if you're heavy on Reddit, whatever it is, how you're using it, these are the folks who are going to be able to manage the implementation of strategy in your social media space. So they're going to create and manage the content. If they're not creating the content, they're definitely managing the content. They're going to be engaging with your audiences. They're going to be helping you to build your brand communities and execute on a strategy, right? So social media management, very popular demand right now, and rightfully so. And so make sure that you find someone who's experienced with the channels that are most important for you. And a lot of times those folks will either be working with your data analysts, or you want to make sure that you're hiring someone who is very apt at understanding how to dig into the metrics for the strategy that you've implemented for your social media. Branding and design, woo, completely different ball game, y'all. Branding and design is about developing your identity, visually and otherwise. And so they're helping you to figure out what is the best representation for who you say you are, whether it's on site, or by reading about you, or by how you're conducting business, customer service experiences, and things like that. What should be reflected based on the identity of your brand. So these are the folks who are going to create the guidelines for you and make sure that there's an understanding in your team on exactly how to represent your brand. What are your fonts? What are your color lines? What are the key words that you use in the phrases and the language? And that also gets into the back end work on, who are we talking to? Who are your audiences? So brand design is a completely different ball game. You know what else is a completely different ball game? Public relations, PR, y'all. PR experts are amazing, and they are focused on building and maintaining positive relationships in the media, with stakeholders in the public eye. They handle crisis management, press releases for special news updates, media outreach. They also are very helpful in conveying your story. And so depending on when you bring them in on the team, they can help with that, working with the marketing strategist, or they'll be going to execute on what the strategy is. And they'll be looking at how to do that specifically based around their area of communication within media and so forth. So PR, public relations, golden. Advertising and marketing. Is it the same? Is it different? What do I need to know? Advertising is a support for your marketing strategy. Marketing in this realm are responsible for creating and managing your paid advertising campaigns, both online and offline. So I think those, what did I name? Maybe 8 different roles are the most popular, the most comprehensive management of your marketing needs. And with that, I think the light bulb would be going off at this point that, oh my gosh, these are widely different skill sets and focuses, and it's really not going to make sense for me to think I can get a jack of all trades. And if anybody told you they could be the jack of all trades, you're going to have some challenges. And those challenges are going to be around capacity. It's going to be around the quality of the work, because how excellent can it be if someone is juggling all of the things? And so that can lead to frustration, burnout, and then now it's going to cost you when you're looking to replace this person. And if you don't understand how you should be replacing them, which is with multiple people, or deciding on what really is going to make the most sense for you if you really need to be efficient with your budget and staffing. So jack of all trades in marketing, no way. There's generalists, sure, and strategists who can help you and give you directions, but don't expect them to know it all. And I think that's the most important thing. So when you're thinking about what is it that you need for marketing, I think it makes sense to do either really seriously do the research or get with a consultant who can help you figure out what you need at the stage that you're at now. And of course, that is something that I can help you with. And I love having those conversations. So 20 minutes complimentary discovery call with you. I can do that. If you need a hand, give me a shout in the messages, or you can go directly to thecollectivelmg.com and book that 20-minute discovery call. Let's see where you're at. Let's figure out what exactly you need so that you're not going to be wasteful, and so that you're not going to feel wrong or be wrong about how you're listing your job requirements. All right. So I can't wait to meet you, and I can't wait to help you. Go ahead and get busy on that, and I will see you next time.